Shalom, Kol Halal, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shabash, Dash, double honors to the elder apostles and other bishops of Great Millstone, even the elders that came before them that taught us this truth. Shalom, and salutations to all the brothers are pushing the word of truth and in sincerity, the hopeful like tabernacle of David. On the brother slash elder Yashawan, Shalom, and salutations to you all. Then shall that wicked be revealed, right? Revelation. All right, Revelation. We're in the time of revelation. The revealing. Then shall, Salakia, shall that wicked, then shall, all right, so the Edomites are being revealed through Donald Trump right now. The world is watching Donica Lewinsky. Now it's coming out now who the real piece of shit, right? Who the real there is none more perverse, right, than Esau. We might get that, Lord willing, 2 Thessalonians 2:8. And then shall that wicked, the nation of Edom, be revealed. That's what we're watching right now. Donald Trump represents the wicked. He represents Edom, right? Whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, which are the prophets. Starting with Great Millstone, the elder apostles of Great Millstone on down, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. So whatever's going on out there right now, right? 30i Atlas, okay, is comes into the brightness of his coming. Okay, what is the brightness? Okay, well, everybody's attention is on this thing right now. Okay, what's going on right now? Everybody's afraid of what is coming out of the sky, so they have to spin the narrative and say, "Hey, look at our light show." Okay, going into the brightness of his coming. Right, it's going to be a very bright light show, one way or the other. Right, lights in the sky, and then, oh, you said that was a UFO. No, that's not what I said. Okay, that's not what I said. It is the brightness of its coming is a UFO. It's many things. All right. Anyway, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. These things work in tandem. We have the first shift, right? We're out there on the highways and the byways announcing the coming, right? That's bright. Just us out there, right? And they shall shine like lights in the firmament, okay? And we're running to and fro like sparks in the stubble. That's the brightness of his coming, right? The knowledge of his coming. Understand? Anyway, open-minded reporter, this is 2 hours ago. Here's the state of the world right now, okay? Because why? Then shall that wicked be revealed. And the lawless one will be revealed, meaning the Edomites. Stephen Miller, these despicable, there is none more perverse than Esau. More perverse than, what is it, more than Esau? I'm using the wrong word in there, but let's see what it does here. Who for one morsel of bread, how about that? Who for one morsel, nigga. Now, sexually immoral. Okay, this is what I was. Fornicator. Where's perverse? Let's find that word perverse, because that's what's coming up. Sexually. Here's Donald Trump. Okay, let's read it real quick. Hebrews 12:16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. Okay, so sexually immoral, godless, immoral, godless, unholy, sexually immoral, fornicator or profane. Okay, sexually immoral, godless. Let's talk about Donald Trump right here. He's representing all of Esau right now. Okay, where's perverse? Make sure that no one commits sexual sin or is as concerned about earthly things as Esau. Okay, this dude is a very carnal piece of shit. Immoral, godless, unspiritual, fornicator, profane, sexually immoral, profane. I'm looking for perverse, because if I can't find it in here, we're going to go look for it, and it's going to point straight at Esau. Lewd person, profane. Okay. Perverse. Where's perverse? Why is that? Irreverent, ungodly, commit sexual sin, unspiritual, profane. Huh. All right. Pervert. What did I put? Servert? What? Justice, do not show partiality to the pervert justice. Let's talk about justice. That's Leviticus. That's going into us. Profane, I guess. Profane is what I was looking for. Anyway, here we go.
President Donald Trump's hopes of suppressing the Epstein.
I bet you they're about to try to destroy this whole presentation. This is the open-minded reporter, right? And pretty accurate what's going on right now. So today, and you have to think about this, all right? This whole thing could be a psyop, because the timing of it. Look at how well orchestrated the release and all of this, everybody playing their part. It's too well presented, right? This isn't organic. This is a presentation.
Donald Trump's hopes of suppressing the Epstein files after promising from President Donald Trump's hopes of suppressing the Epstein files after promising from day one to release them have failed spectacularly. Chaos has erupted inside the White House as emergency meetings are being held by the hour to stop the deluge of leaked emails now pouring into the public space. According to multiple reports, no fewer than 30,000 new emails have been released so far.
Then shall that wicked be revealed. What are we about to see in this thing? We're going to see what they want us to see, because what they're doing is they're rolling out the pure light of Lucifer for everyone to see. Going back to the Pike Massini.
Rattling senior officials and triggering a level of panic not seen since the Russia investigation. Even here in Britain, there is a growing sentiment that Trump may resign or be completely disgraced, because the deeper analysts dig, the more they find his fingerprints all over the Epstein network. The emails and attached documents reveal just how deeply entangled Trump was in the scandal he pretended to be exposing. And many now believe his refusal to release the files earlier was not strategy, but self-preservation.
And then, which is now, this very moment, shall that wicked be revealed. So this dude is representing all Edom, right? And we're seeing their dirt. You know, pointed fingers, and now it's the day of rain. Yeah, I'm the devil. He can take the mask off.
MAGA movement has descended into disarray. Long-time loyalists are breaking rank. Some are posting videos burning their MAGA hats and declaring they were deceived by a man who weaponized faith and patriotism for power. And now the mask has fully fallen.
They can kind of release this in almost any fashion they want. You know, we're looking for it. We're preparing it. We'll send over this part of the Epstein files, which just conveniently implicate everybody else but Donald Trump.
Right.
We're going through this part, and we're going to redact. I mean, have you ever seen it when the government gets in there and
Or just puts a black line through absolutely everything. Yes.
So they release it, and then they're going to continue to play games, right? So is the whole thing some sort of psyop? And what are we being distracted? We're being distracted as a whole on a major and a world level. What does that mean? Okay, that means, okay, what does it point to? If we're being distracted on a world, this is how Great Britain thinks about what's going on in America. We're being distracted on a world level. What does that go to? He causeth. What would be behind the world distraction? When's the last time the world was forced to do something? CV19. What are they about to do? What is this distraction for? It's a world distraction. What is about the world that he causeth all? This psyop is a world psyop. Why? Why do we need the world distract? He causeth all.
there's nothing there. So and again, where does it come from?
Confusion.
You know, are we
Confusion.
releasing from the FBI? Are we
Distraction.
releasing from Maine Justice? Are we
Distraction.
releasing from
Confusion.
from
Look
the
over here.
individual offices
Look
of
over here.
federal prosecutors? Are we releasing from the IRS? Are we releasing?
Listen to this fucking devil. Look at this. Confusion. They're pushing confusion right now. Look at the devil. Satan, he got a little satanic wing, right? Who's this dude? Look at that dude. He's evil, right? Got money, look. He's pushing an agenda. Look over here. Don't look at what we're doing. And I'm not the culprit. Nigga, look at you. With all that money, that's the best you could do with this? Like Dr. Evil.
From the Treasury Department?
Nobody knows.
And let's assume the Epstein story is spread over the government of the United States, which I think is certainly true.
They're attacking.
Have you already heard of this shaver?
Let me go back on that. Yeah. They're attacking.
Are we releasing from the IRS? Are we releasing from the department?
Nobody knows.
And let's assume the Epstein story is spread widely over the government of the United States, which I think is certainly true.
The promise of peace was a lie. The promise to end endless wars was a lie. Ukraine and Russia are still fighting. Gaza continues to burn under Israeli bombs. While Trump blames everyone but himself, he said he would end the slaughter, that the Middle East would be calm. Instead, he bombed Iran and greenlit Netanyahu's worst crimes. His America First quietly morphed into Israel First, and now even his base knows it. I know this video will face suppression, which is why I ask you to like and share it vigorously so we can break.
So that wicked is completely being revealed with these Epstein files. Now they got the world's attention, and that's all we need. You can watch the rest of this. I'm gonna go ahead and let's get some scriptures here. They have the world's attention. This must be a psyop. Why? He causeth all. Why are they distracting everyone with this? Okay? They're distracting everyone with this. All right? With what? With the Epstein files. Is it just America involved in it? And no. It's an Israeli. If we go back to this and watch a little more, it's an Israeli. See? And then they go into Nick Fuentes. They show a few of the girls. And they show just the destruction of, see, suddenly Nick is at the top. Is this a psyop?
Mr. Trump's about face was a bow to the inevitable that came after it been.
Man offers a pathway to Palestinian self-determination and statehood.
Mr. Trump's about face was a bow to the inevitable that came after it had become clear that many, if not most, Republicans were planning to support the measure, wary of appearing to aid in a cover-up for Jeffrey Epstein. Even Representative Troy Nehls, the Republican of Texas, was now on board just days after he wrote on social media that he hard no.
I really want the fact that, let's see what this guy said, that it's over and that it was an Israeli Mossad.
All the mega commentators, the one who has been the most brutally honest is Nick Fuentes. His commentary reflects the ideological collapse happening inside the base as more and more supporters realize they were conned by a man who used populist nationalism as cover while serving the very same establishment he claimed to fight. Take a listen to Fuentes as he absolutely demolishes Trump over the Epstein files.
Now the release of the files has become inevitable, and finally Trump says, oh, all right, well, now I support the release of the files. Okay, well, that's because they were going to come out anyway. You were trying to prevent their release 3 days ago, and now you say you support them being released. By the way, it goes without saying, Trump could release the files himself. He could sign an executive order as the president of the United States, and the DOJ and the FBI could release them without an act of Congress, without any of it.
Thank you for watching. Support on it.
So anyway, what happens next now that this guy is thoroughly humiliated, right? Or are we watching a play? All right, we all know what he's supposed to do next. He's supposed to go on the rampage, right? The thin-skinned guy is supposed to start doing what? Turning shit upside down now that he has every right to. They've exposed him. They've humiliated him. Now his script, right? His script demands that he goes off and start tearing shit up, going after his political enemy, putting them on the gallows in front of a firing squad, right? And right now he has, right, after being humiliated on the world stage, now he can go full dictator, right? He could go full Adolf, right, as the pariah of the world, because that's what he's been painted. Right now they're painting him, right? And it's true, but they're introducing him, right, as the devil, who can now right? Because he's been humiliated with his thin skin. What is he going to do next? His role demands that he rise up, let the horns out and say, nigga, it's payback. Okay, so this is the payback tour. It's Trump's revenge tour starts today. Understand? Now he gets to be Adolf Schicklgruber. He gets to say what he wants, be a whole Nazi, Heil, and all of that shit. Why? Because, see, if they were holding him hostage, blackmailing him, saying, look, nigga, we gonna let the cat out the bag if you don't go and bomb Iran. The nigga bombed Iran. If you don't go do this, if you don't go do, now that they no longer have something over his head, the blackmail is over. What's he gonna, revenge tour? Okay? How do we know that there's a revenge tour coming? Isaiah 19. Who's this? And when does this start? Right? When does this campaign? Now, we have every reason for this campaign to start now. Isaiah 19 and 4. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of Donald Trump. Salakia. And the Egyptians, the Americans, will I give over into the hand of a cruel lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord of hosts. Donald King is going to pronounce himself, Donald Trump is going to announce himself king. What does that mean? And rule over them. What does that mean? He's going full dictator. He's going to appoint himself king. I don't give a fuck about no constitution, nigga. It's what I say goes. I'm mad at everybody. You just humiliated this shit out of me, and now I'm gonna start the firing squad shit. Pull it out. Been telling you what I was gonna do. Been telling you about the firing squad, right? He's got every reason to go full dictator. Why? Because the Most High is conducting it. I will give over into the hand of a cruel lord. He set up the cruel lord. This nigga's taking full dictator. See? That's where this is going. Trump wants firing squads. Where do you think this thing is going? He got to turn into a cruel lord. Trump wants firing squads. Thought you knew. Trump wants to bring back firing squads. Who you think? Jasmine, what's her name? Jasmine Crockett's, the New Scums, right? It's finna be on and cracking in this. This dude is about to go full dictator. You understand? Firing squads, the gallows, public execution. Trump wants public. We got 3 more years of this shit. Public housing, right? Executions. What does this bring up? Trump says he wants to seek the death penalty for murder cases in D.C. Death penalty. What are we looking for? Public execution. Drug dealer. Right here. Donald Trump wants to campaign on public executions, firing squads, and death by guillotine. This is Dollemore. Come on, Dollemore. Let's just watch a little bit of this. Here he goes.
Fireflies.
How do we get here? See, we have to get here. Salakia. We got to get to the cruel Lord, right? Where's he at?
Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore. How many times do I have to say cruelty is the point?
How many times do I have to talk about the fact that Donald Trump is attempting in an unseemly manner to appeal to the worst of us? Not even
2 years ago, what's this guy's name? Who was the president? I can't even keep wanting to say Al Gore. That dude. I don't even know his name. I'm drawing a blank. So
worst of us on an individual basis, but he's attempting to appeal to the worst, our worst instincts, that lizard brain part of us that wants vengeance. We witnessed it when he was gassing peaceful protesters a block away from the White House at St. John's Episcopal Church, right on 16th Street in Washington, D.C. We witnessed it when he was talking about when the shooting starts, when the looting starts, the shooting starts. He's a vile demagogue with violent tendencies.
Which we're about to see now that he's been humiliated on the world stage and he's in power. See, he wasn't in power. Joe Biden is his name. Joe Biden was the president then when this was made. Trump wasn't back in office yet. He's back in office right now for 1 year, and he just got humiliated, being humiliated right now. How long is it going to take for him to turn into the cruel and fierce king? Cruel Lord and fierce king.
I'm going to read from this Rolling Stones article. Trump plans to bring back firing squads, group executions, if he retakes White House. The ex-president wants to expand the use of the death penalty and expand the federal government's option for carrying out death sentences.
Why? Because he knew this shit was coming out. He knew that eventually, right? So if this is only 2 years ago and they're saying this, right? Look at this, 2023. This dude was in office in 2016, okay? So after he was out of office, that's when this is. He knew he was going to get back in if he retakes White House. Why? He's going after his enemies. And now they just outed him. What the hell do you think he's about to do? This guy is known for trying to get some get back and being thin-skinned and going after his enemies. What the hell do you think he's about to do?
What kind of a country do we want to be? I am opposed to the death penalty, and not for reasons that many out there are against it. I'm against it because I think it gives too much power to the government.
This guy is about to take control as a dictator and do this. All right? So, let's get as a roaring lion because he knoweth. Walk of the bow. 1 Peter 5:8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, starting with DJ Trump, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. With that, we hope that you like we're edified, you brothers and a few sisters. Shalom.